Welcome to Yin. I can see a few people are just connecting in now. I'm Kylie from Bright Yoga Space, and welcome if you're just joining us online. It's lovely to have you here. If you can, for tonight's Yin, if you haven't practiced much Yin, it's good to have some props available to help you, just if you need a little bit of extra support. So yoga blocks are great if you have them. If not, you can use rolled up blanket, some pillows, some couch cushions. Same as with a bolster. Great to have a bolster with you, but if not, you can grab some of the chunkier cushions off your couch or some bed pillows to help prop you in this practice. So Yin is all about getting into our connective tissue and really releasing. So letting go through the connective tissue of the body, but also stimulating the energy channels or the meridians of the body. And we're going to start with a little bit of pranayama called Nadi Shodhana. So just while a few people are getting ready, getting yourself settled and coming into a seated position where you're able to rise your spine nice and tall. So you don't have to lay your feet like this, but if that's available to you, you can certainly do that. And just making sure that you've got a nice elongated spine in whatever position you're in. We're going to do a little bit of yoga tonight to help support restful sleep. So Yin is a wonderful practice to do in the second part of your day or in the evening to help really let go. So when we are able to let go through the body layer, we're able to calm the mind and the nervous system. We're able to bring a little more balance into the energy channels of the major organs, liver, kidneys, and heart. And we're able to slide into a more restful sleep with a little more balance so that our systems are not kind of overriding in one area or another. So we'll start with Nadi Shodhana, our little river purification breath. It's an alternate nostril breathing technique. So you can start with your left hand on your lap, right hand just bringing your pointer finger and middle finger together and then placing it in the space between the eyebrows. Now you might like to hold onto your right elbow with your left hand if you feel like you need a little bit of extra support, okay? Otherwise, just resting here. And you can count the rounds with the fingers on the left hand, just gently pressing each consecutive finger into your knee so that you can help keep count. Don't worry if you lose count. We're going to do 10 rounds, okay? And I'll show you what a full round looks like. So we're going to do this with eyes closed or a soft gaze at one point ahead of you, okay? And we'll gently take a deep breath in and exhale. And then taking your ring finger, gently block your left nostril. Inhale through the right. Lips are closed. Block your right nostril with your thumb and exhale through your left. Inhale through left. Block left, exhale right. So that's one round. Inhale through right. Block right, exhale left. Inhale through left. Block left, exhale right. Inhale through right. Block right, exhale left. Inhale left. Block left, exhale right. Keep going at your own pace with your breath, inhaling right. Once you've finished your rounds, gently resting your hands down in your lap. Taking some deep, even breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, and just noticing the difference from when you started. Noticing the expansion down into the lower parts of the lungs. And perhaps clearer airways on both right and left sides of your body. The right and left hemisphere, the sun and moon, the Ida and Pingala, masculine and feminine. When we breathe this breath, we help bring both sides of ourselves into balance. We help calm our nervous system. So as you breathe now in a deep belly breath, you might hear that gentle closure of the back of the throat come in to create your ocean-like breath, a subtle ujjayi. Just gently creating an audible breath for your own guide on your inhale and exhale, taking you that little bit deeper into your own internal experience. And as you sit and breathe here in this moment, just tuning in and checking in. Listening to any messages your body is speaking to you through sensation. Giving yourself permission to let go tonight in your practice, or today or this afternoon if you're watching a replay, whatever time it is for you. And allowing perhaps even an internal mantra in your mind to be that inhale, let exhale go. Repeating that in your mind. Inhale, let exhale go. And each time you notice the mind wandering through your practice, just gently returning it back to your breath and that whisper of those words in your mind's eye. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And as we let go through the body layer, we're able to create space to invite in restoration, balance, relaxation, and free-flowing energy. So you might like to bring your hands together in front of your heart here and invite in your intention for your practice today. Letting your hands release back down to your lap, taking 3 more deep, even belly breaths. Feeling the belly expand with each inhalation. And a slow retraction as you exhale. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Gently opening your eyes, we'll come down onto our backs. So if you have a bolster, you might like to take it under your knees now and come into your crook lying pose. So you can really release through here, through the belly and through those deeper core muscles of the psoas. So letting yourself totally lay back and allow the belly to soften completely. Allow the inner groin, inner thighs to totally relax, legs supported. You might keep your hands on your belly as you breathe and just gently feel your breath flowing in and out. And releasing, inviting in the mantra, inhale, let. Releasing, letting go on the exhale. Once you're in the yin poses tonight, you might like to close your eyes or just gently soften your gaze on one spot, letting your focus dissolve a little. The opportunity of closing down the sense of sight gives us that gateway into our own internal experience with a little more clarity and less distraction. So breathing here. Noticing if laying on your back allows you to access and focus on your belly breath a little easier too. If you find that a little more challenging while you're sitting, lying on your back with either knees up or feet elevated can really help you access those deeper abdominal breaths, because we're no longer required with the support of gravity to be holding ourselves up as well as trying to focus on diaphragmatic breathing or deep belly breathing. When we breathe deeply into the belly, in through the nose and out through the nose, parasympathetic nervous system is allowed. It's given permission to activate. It tells us and our body, all in your internal systems, it's time to rest and digest. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here. Again, each time the mind wanders, simply returning your attention back to your breath, back to your mantra. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And when you're ready, you can gently roll to one side, make your way up. So we're going to come into our reclined butterfly or reclined bound angle. If you feel like you need extra support by lifting up your bolster, you can definitely pop some blocks underneath to raise it up a little bit higher if you feel like you need that extra support. Okay, up to you. And if you also feel like you might need support underneath the knees, you can take a block either side of the knees if you have enough blocks, or a couple of cushions that are even heights, just so that the legs are evenly supported. Bringing the bolster right into the lower back, and we'll gently take ourselves down over the bolster. So once you're in the shape, you can have a little wiggle and just get settled in. Let the arms fall away from the torso, palms facing up. And again, closing down the eyes, softening your jaw. And bringing your attention to your belly and allowing the breath to really expand out into the lower lobe. So really feeling the belly inflate and deflate with each breath. Again, if it helps you to bring your attention there, you can place your hands on your belly. Feel the front of the chest and the heart soften as we open through the heart space. As we open through the inner groin and stimulating liver and kidneys. We're going to be doing that with a few poses tonight. These organs being the major storehouses of certain energies in the body according to traditional Chinese medicine, the Taoist tradition of yin yoga. While all of these systems of the body are doing their thing through the day, we can often not really become aware of just how unbalanced just day-to-day ins and outs of life can make us, until we see or feel the signs of things like restless sleep or trouble sleeping altogether. As we physically open through the body in this practice, energetically clearing blockages, for free-flowing energy in the system, more harmony in the layers of our being, we symbolically surrender in this practice. Allowing the shapes we create and gravity to do the work along with our breath and our awareness. Let's take 5 more breaths in this shape. Each out breath, feeling something in your body let go, even if it's a millimeter or a quietening, a softening, a releasing, a surrendering. And to come out, and simply extend the legs away from you, and then bend the knees to draw yourself, and slowly rolling over to one side, giving yourself a little bit of support to come up. From here, we'll shift into Anahastasana, so melting heart pose. So you can come into your all fours position. Gently, you can walk the hands forward away from you, so lifting the hips up, and then slowly just making your way down toward the floor. Arms extended, palms down, and then either chin and chest towards the floor or forehead down on the floor. Over time, you may be able to soften the chest all the way to the earth. As we stimulate the heart meridian here, the storehouse of the mind, according to the traditional Chinese medicine view. And while the mind is responsible for processing thoughts, if our heart is weak, we need that expression of healthy, strong heart to pump adequate blood to the mind to help the brain process. When we have a strong heart, we are able to support our mental health more effectively. Let's take 5 more breaths. And then when you're ready to come up out of this one, moving nice and slowly. We'll come to sit, soles of feet together, knees out wide again. As we're coming to butterfly, you might like to prop under the knees if you feel that you need that. Or you can simply move your feet a little further away from you if having the heels close to your groin feels a little too intense. So finding your adventure there. If you have some lower back stuff going on, you might like to lift your hips a little bit higher up onto a folded up blanket. And if folding down this way toward the feet, if bowing forward isn't available to you, you can take your bolster and kind of lean into it like this, still get the stimulation through the inner groin, which also helps to stimulate liver and kidneys. You might place your bolster over the feet and lie over it like that. Any varying degrees of props may be available to you to help support you. We talk about this opportunity of finding our edge in yin. So when you make your way into the shape, we don't necessarily go all the way to the fullest extreme expression of the depth of the shape we find available, but allow over time ourselves to relax and release into the depth of the shape. And it's here with time and patience that our connective tissues are able to release. And let's take 5 more deep breaths here. Slowly, gently rising up. From here, we'll simply extend the legs to our straddle or a dragonfly. And again, you might gently wiggle the front of the pelvis just forward slightly. You can soften through the knees. And if you've got any lower back stuff, just staying raised up on that blanket, rolled up towel. We'll take our time to come down. You might like to have a bolster, or maybe you've created a tower of blocks, okay, depending on where you're at in your body today. And or we can come back to this slightly more restorative version where we just rest. Our bolster is just leaning us or helping hold us up. We're leaning against it and gently rest your head on the end of the bolster. You can just relax the hands down. Softening down the eyes, closing the eyelids, veiling the vision. Bringing your attention to your breath. Attention to sensation in the body. And like your breath was brushing gently away anything and everything you're ready to let go of. Whether that's physical, mental, emotional, or energetic. Gentle mantra repeating. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Let's take 5 more deep belly breaths. Gently placing the hands either side of your bolster. Allowing yourself to ease up slowly. Let's take your bolster to one side and draw the legs back together. From here, we'll come into what's called deer pose, but we'll do a twist. So take your right leg and bend it next to you. So the right knee is pointing down toward the earth, away from you. And the front of your right shin then is running along the floor with your right toes pointing away from you and toward the back of you. And then your left knee is open to the left, so you can see the inner thigh if you look straight down. And you might even have the front of your left shin parallel with your pelvis or the edge of the mat in front of you. Okay. Now, I happen to be on a nice cushy rug here, but if you need padding underneath the knee, you can pop a blanket there that can help so the inside of the knee is not so sensitive. You might even like to pop a block underneath that left knee if you feel like you're particularly tight in one or another area. So as we enter into this, we're going to go for a little twist. Now, if you have any lower back sensitivities, again, lift your prop up, okay? And perhaps just don't twist as far into the shape. And definitely keep your nose pointing the same way as your knee. We'll start there, and if you feel like it's available to you to twist your chest down the bolster and nose away from the knee, then you can go there safely in your own time with your breath. So big inhale, drawing the bolster right into the hip, and then exhale, support yourself as you come down. So we'll twist over the bolster. Take another deep breath in, find a little bit of length, and exhale, come on down. So you might like to start with nose pointing the same direction as the knee. So the further away your legs are from your body, the more intense the sensation will be here. And after a few breaths, you might find that your body and your spine allows you to do that next, deepening into turning the nose and the face the opposite direction of the knees. Letting yourself soften over the bolster. Have the palms down for more stability if that feels available to you. Let's take 5 more deep, even breaths. Each giving you another opportunity of release. Slowly start to turn the neck, lift up the torso, work our way out. And you can simply leave your bolster where it is and turn your legs the other way. So you can just spin on your mat. Okay, so left knee will be pointing down and away from the body, left shin heading toward the floor, and the toes pointing away from the knee. Right knee open. This deer pose you might find is actually enough for you, and if that's enough, you can even stay in that upright position. But as we come around into the counter twist, just gently moving slowly here. Okay, big breath. And then you might even come down over the bolster, nose pointing toward your knees to start with. And if you feel like if it's available to you, you can turn your gaze back all the way. Nose pointing the opposite direction to your knees. While this shape brings in some rotation to the spine, space in the vertebra, helping stimulate the central nervous system. And not in a way that excites, but rather creates and allows for free flow of energy and information. And more balance in the nervous system. We stimulate the liver and the kidney energy here. Jing and the shen energy. The liver, the storehouse of blood. The heart, while it's responsible for pumping the blood, the liver is responsible for storing or releasing. So when your liver is functioning well, your energy is flowing freely and effectively into and all around the body. The kidney is responsible for our water and how water moves around our body and services our body. And while these two major organs are in balance, our emotional state is more balanced. We're able to release anxious feelings more easily, able to find more grounding. Negative emotions that get stored in the liver are more easily released for us to return to a peaceful state. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here. Gently start to move, centering the gaze, slowly lifting yourself back up and coming out of your deer pose, extending the legs, just doing moving through the spine. We're going to come into legs up the wall now, so our second last pose. If you don't have a wall close by, you can simply bring your bolster underneath you or couch cushions and take the legs in the air into what we call legs up the wall with no wall or hanging legs position. Okay, so bolster nice and sturdily underneath your sacrum and then taking the legs in the air, allowing the feet to relax. Okay, if you have a wall available to you, you can gently make your way there, lying down. Okay. You might need to bring the feet up and walk your shoulders in so that you can wiggle yourself and your butt closer to the wall. And then once you're there, so up on the bolster, making sure the bolster's evenly underneath the sacrum, just letting your feet rest on the wall. If you feel like the legs are going to flop out from each other, you can take a strap and wrap it around your legs, or a belt or a gentle scarf, just tying the legs together so that you can relax the legs. And then here, either letting your hands rest on the belly or arms, again, just gently extending away from you as they would fall in alignment with the shoulders. Allowing your shoulders to soften, closing the eyes. And letting the brain get some fresh oxygenated blood. Letting the blood drain out of the feet and the legs. Again, this pose, the shape, if all you had time for in your day to create that needed circuit breaker to help you hit the reset button, if all you had time in your day was 10 minutes of this, that would be super nourishing 10 minutes and a really good choice. The way to spend your 10 minutes. Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. One of the most restoring shapes in yoga. A wonderful tool for all systems of the body. And all layers of our being. Returning to breath, if you've wandered. Noticing the sensations in the body. Repeating your mantra in your mind. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Feel free to stay here a little longer if you want to or have the time. If you're ready to move, start to slowly bend the knees. Just take yourself up to one side, resting there for a few breaths. You'll start to feel some sensations in the feet. Blood starts to return to the feet. From here, we're not going to go very far. We're just going to make our way to Shavasana. So if you want to add a layer, do that. Make yourself nice and comfortable. Again, if you have your bolster, you might like to place it underneath the knees, back in a crook lying style Shavasana. Making sure you're really comfortable and warm in your Shavasana is really important so that you're able to really give yourself permission to fully surrender into it. If you're here and you're live with me, feel free to get into your Shavasana and let you know when it's time to start moving again. If you're watching a replay, please allow yourself a significant amount of time for your Shavasana, if you can. If you want to go longer than the video, feel free to shut down the computer or your device and simply allow yourself however long you can. This opportunity of Shavasana is where all this good work gets to soak into our cells, into all layers of our being. So as you come here, you might place an eye pillow on your eyes, but taking your hands up and swaying a little bit through the shoulders, and then letting the shoulder blades find some space, and letting the arms peel down a little further away from the body, so the shoulder blades are flattened, palms are facing up. Legs are released, feet are released, belly is relaxed. Take a deep breath in and let out your exhale with a sigh as you let go. Again, inhaling. A lengthy exhale. Last one. Any last offerings you would like to release, bring them to the surface with your inhale. Let them go with your exhale. Staying present with the sensation in the body, allowing yourself to be held in stillness and in silence. Spontaneous breath. Simply being in the moment. start to gently expand your lungs with deeper breaths, starting to slowly bring movement back into your body, moving fingers and toes, arms, legs, feet. Take your time to bring the movement back in. Savoring the peacefulness of your presence. When you're ready, slowly coming onto your right side and pausing there for a few breaths, keeping your eyes either closed or soft. And turning gently, like you were helping a loved one up off the floor. Coming to your seat, eyes closed. And turning your hands gently together in front of your heart, your thumbs resting on your chest. Take a deep breath into this new spacious body you've created. Notice where the breath travels to. And exhaling. Remember your intention. Remembering gratitude to yourself for coming to your mat today. And I am truly grateful for you joining me, either live or on this replay. And may you have a most restful and deeply restoring sleep. Thank you so much. Let's take a bow to seal in our practice. And one final closing the final seal. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath for Om. Thank you. Namaste.